So you want to make a shark fishing rig. You want to go shark fishing? I got you. What you're going to need, 200-pound steel wire, leader. Roughly 80 to 150-pound monofilament. I would say about a 7/0 all the way up to a 10/0 circle hook. Anywhere from a 4-ounce pyramid sinker all the way up to an 8-ounce pyramid sinker or a Sputnik sinker. One clip. One split ring or swivels. And a pair of pliers. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your 200-pound steel and you're going to put your hook about, also you only need about a foot of steel leader, maybe 2 feet, and what you're going to do is you're going to bend it back. You're going to pull out about 2 to 3 inches, bend it back, and you're going to do this. Now what you're going to do is you're going to hold it like this, and you're going to, it's easier to do this with the pliers, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to squish it this way, hold it like this, and now I'm just going to do the haywire twist. And it's a pretty simple way of attaching steel leader to just about any material, like hooks, swivels. Swivels are a bit harder because they spin, and you only want to do these tight wraps. You want something like this, and you only want to do them about 10-ish times just to be on the safe side. And then once you're done, you're going to bend it back like this. So this is going to be straight, this is going to be like this. And you're going to wrap it around, and you're going to slowly start wrapping it back down towards your hook or back up the shaft of the wire. Either way works fine. I like to do it up the shaft because it's a bit easier for me. And you're just going to do this like 4 to 5 times. Again, if the wire's thinner, you're going to want to do it more times. If the wire's thicker, you're going to want to do the wraps less. There's a fly. Okay. And that looks about good. Maybe one more for good measure. Okay. Now, a lot of fishermen say you can helicopter it off, or you can bend it back and forth and back and forth. I really find that very inefficient. You can do it if you want to or if you know how. I prefer to just go for the cut because I'm not really worried too much about the shark getting injured or myself getting injured on that when there's a big sharp hook. And with the hook, you actually want to deburr the spike. Like, it's not something you have to do, but it makes it easier to unhook, and it's not like you really need it there, considering a circle hook will come out if it's either if you set the hook too hard, and the hook point itself is already a kind of preventing the fish from sliding out. Anyway, then you're going to take that and do the same thing with your split ring or swivel. And a lot of people say get a long leader, you're going to want a long leader. You really don't want a long steel leader, like about 10 inches should be more than enough, because this is not to prevent the shark's skin from biting off. This is to prevent the shark's teeth from cutting. And then you're just going to do that again. You're going to bend it back. Also, a thing about these like 200-pound split rings, the best place to try to do any knot or haywire twist is that thin part. Everywhere else it's doubled up, but that thin part really allows you to attach to it well. And again, stick my finger on it, and haywire twist. This isn't, also by the way, this isn't really for like really big sharks. This is for small to medium-sized sharks. If you're fishing for like 14-foot hammerheads or something like that, You're probably not going to be watching this video, but if you are, you're going to want something like 400, 500 pound steel leader and 200 pound monofilament. And the wraps. Remember, you want these wraps tight. You don't want them loose. And that should be good. Remember, tight wraps. Now we're gonna cut that too. There we go. And now we have our tip section done. Okay, now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your monofilament, 80 to 150 pounds. Before you used to be able to use 50-pound monofilament, now the sharks will just like cut straight through that or rip it in half or something. The sharks have been getting a lot better at cutting fishing line. And they always will be. Okay, this is just giving me a bit of trouble. I should not have done that on the thinnest part. Okay. Okay, now that's good. Okay. Now take your 150-pound mono and tie whatever knot you like. I like the regular everyday uni knot. That's always worked for me. Always has been. It's never really failed me. So that's what I like to use. I know a lot of people like to use like the modified clinch knot or the improved clinch knot or the double uni knot or whatever it's called. I just like the standard uni knot. And you're going to want to cinch it down nice and tight. And you see that tag end? You want at least about an inch of tag end because that shark is going to pull hard. So that tag end is really your friend. And it's cinched down enough for this video. Yeah, that should not fail. That'll be good. Yep. And now you're gonna take, also you're gonna want like 20-30 feet of this should be fine for the small to medium sized sharks. Let me just see if I can find the end. Okay, and now what you're gonna do is you are going to take your clip or your snap and you're going to stick it on, and then you're going to take your weight, clip it into the snap, stick it on. And the beauty of this is you can change out what weight you want to use depending on the current. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take this part, the end of the mono, and you're going to FG knot it to your braid on your fishing rod. Personally, I use a Ugly Stik Big Water Heavy. It could cast 2 to 8 ounce lures, and I put on it a Penn Battle 3/8000 size. And that's good for a lot of the fishing I do. Again, this rig isn't shark exclusive. You can catch bull reds on it too. But yeah, that's the fishing rig. And now I'm just gonna wrap it up. So what I like to do is take the mono section, wrap it on itself 3 times. So over, under, over, under, over, under. And then this is the process of, actually no, I don't want to start with that end. I like to do this. So just coil it up in my hand loosely. I'm not attaching it, I'm not trying to keep them together yet. This is a bit of a process, but it's kind of necessary if you want to transport these with ease. yeah, one of the things I like about monofilament is, unlike braid, if all of your mono gets tangled up, you can typically save most of it, or all of it. A couple of weeks ago, this 150 pound mono spool got undone, and it was all over my room, and it was a big mess. It was a massive bird's nest, and I was pretty capable of taking care of it because it's mono. If that was braid, I could never untangle that. Also, anyway, that's the video. If you just want to store it, something like this. And see you all in the next one. Bye.